So I wanted to record a little bonus video for you to understand a little bit more how to use Lab Advisor. I hope you have it. If you sell mutual funds or a financial planner, I think it was PalTrak in the past. Now it's Lab Advisors from Morningstar. Usually you should have access to it. I just hope so. And I have a course on Lab Advisor. It's a full-fledged with all the features and stuff, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse of how to use Lab Advisor to pursue a mutual fund that is value-based approach. So I want to give you a first example is when you are on your home screen and you are on the basics view, you have many things, but amongst them you have the equity style box. That's a trademark of Morningstar. And that equity style box, you have like a little box with 9 square. 8 of them are white and 1 is black. And let's see the first mutual fund we have here, or just go into AGF for the fun. AGF here, Asian Growth class, is a mutual fund with the little dot black is up and in the middle. It means that when you're up, it means that you have like large cap companies in the mutual fund, and when it is in the middle, it means that there is no bias of value or growth. To see it a little better, I will take it and put it on the graph. It will be easier for you to see. And I'll explain it a bit more. So you have they call that ownership zones, and you can see if I would go and so sorry. So we can see that that mutual fund is the blue area you see is all it has is very high large cap companies in the mutual fund, but nothing small. But it goes from growth to value. So it's a little bit all over the place as far as value and growth goes. So when you mix everything together, it gives you a middle of the road mutual fund. It can have many values, many growth, but when you mix both of them, it gives you a mix that is in the middle. But so you have that matrix, you have small cap, mid cap, large cap, and how Morningstar is able to do that is because they have the data on all those stocks in their database. Morningstar is not just a mutual fund company, it's a market stock company. So they accumulate all those data and they analyze each company in regarding to price earning ratio, price to book ratio, price to sales ratio, and stuff like that. And it gives each company, each stock, a grade on which if it is a stock that is more on the value side or more on the growth side or more middle of the road. Let's say right now the market is about 25, the PE ratio of the market is 25. So a bank stock that will be at 13 will be more, you agree with me, will be more on the value side, because at 13 in a market of 25, it's more on the value side of things. And if you have a stock like we've talked about, like Amazon, that is in the 300, we can agree that it is a growth stock and a deep growth stock. So they take all those companies, they weigh them in the mutual fund, and they are able then to give a single point and say that mutual fund is more here, it's more there. So when you're looking for a mutual fund, don't just listen or just read what they say, but look at what they do. I have always said that I don't look at the prospectus, I don't listen to what the managers say. I look at the charts, I look at the numbers don't lie, and I look at what the mutual fund is doing. Right now, that fund they call them a growth fund, but it looks like they have a lot of value because it is not on the growth side, it is in the middle of the road. So I don't have anything against AGF. They call themselves a growth class, but they are on the more cautious side, I would say, because they should be more on the right side if they call themselves growth mutual fund. But that's not the case. We are not there to discuss the AGF fund. So that is one of the way you can do it. And the way you can implement that knowledge is that you go and you show the screener on the left, sorry. And we won't go through because it's not a Lab Advisor course. I encourage you to take it, it's very good. On the category side, let's say I want to have like an equity fund and it will be like a Canadian equity mutual fund. I'll just click Canadian equity. I don't have any preference in fund family. I don't have preference, I would say, yeah, Canadian dollars. And show oldest share class only. So that's cool because you can just show the oldest share. So that way you don't have all the B, C, D, T, C, S shares, just the first one of each mutual fund, and that's okay. And that gives me 147 mutual fund, and then I can say, you know what, I would like to have a value and large cap fund, and just that by clicking that, I'm just left with 10 mutual fund that are value and high large cap. So and then I can choose from them. If I want to be maybe mid cap, it doesn't change anything. So this way you can sort through different mutual fund. If I add, I can go and add. If I get more middle of the road mutual fund, of course you have more. If you take that out, those are more value. And when I see value in the term, and when I see value not only in the term of the naming of the mutual fund, but I see it is what they have, what they are owning actually right now, it gives me more, faith or confidence in the way it is managed. So that's a way to do a screener with that in mind. And now we'll do a second one. This time we'll go into, let's see, US. We'll say maybe I'm trying to find the US. It is a US, of course. It's a US equity here. Do the same thing. No preference. No preference it's okay. All this, it's okay. And we do the same here. We do like this. Now we have 46 different mutual funds. And now what I want to know more is about what they are, how they are managed. I know they are valued, but I will go here in composition. And in composition, you have a couple of columns that are very interesting. Now, the first column is here on the total number of holdings. So when you are into a mutual fund that's in equity mutual funds, you would like to know what they're holding. Let's see, the S&P 500 there is all holding 505. That's pretty strange. There may be some cash things in that because it's supposed to be 500, not 505. And then the percentage of the top 10 holdings. Now you remember, if you have seen the focus investing video I made, we would like to have a more focused approach. What strikes to mind is very interesting. It's like, we have here the Barrage Fund, mutual fund. It's from, by the way, those guys are from Montreal. And they are, I know them because we have talked, and it happens that I see them right there. They have called me because of my book on Warren Buffett, and they are actually basing their approach on Warren Buffett's and focus investing and stuff. You look at their mutual fund, they have 19 holdings, very, very focused, and the top 10 assets are 68%. That's going to be more focused than that. So they are applying the ideology. They want to beat the market, they want to be better than the market, and they are applying the technology, the technique of the focus investing. And we see that by having just those two columns there. So that's pretty cool. And you can see all the other funds. We have 46 mutual funds right now that are Class A shares and that are value and a large cap. And we can see the different ways that they are managed. If you see one here that has 352 holdings and the top 10 is 28, it is less of a Buffett approach or a focus investing approach. So that is one of the ways that you can use Lab Advisor to find Buffett-like mutual fund. A third way will be to go here in the tools and to do a reverse stock lookup. That would be interesting, especially in the American market. You can do a reverse stock lookup, and let's say I have talked about Berkshire all day long. That was the purpose of the course, of course. And I can go and seek for Berkshire Hathaway. It does not. Okay, I will do Berkshire. It should give it to me. Yes, here. Class A or Class B. I will go in Class B, and I will do a run search. I will ask for mutual fund that has Berkshire Hathaway in their top 10. if I do a run search, I have 692 mutual funds that have Berkshire Hathaway in their top 10. If I click OK, I will see, oops, yeah, that's okay. No, we don't want to. So I will see those mutual funds, and of course I've lost the ability to have the class A, B, C. So I have like the F, MF, Q, you know, on the, that. But this money is pretty amazing. Eh? But all those funds have Berkshire Hathaway in their top five holding. Last little trick: if you go onto this one, for example, I click the right button, the right mouse button, and I go here, and I can go on underlying holdings. I just love that report. It's very, very, very simple, but it brings me back to the days when I began in 1987 to sell mutual funds. That was always the thing I love. And here you can see all the holdings of the fund, and you see there is 68 holdings, no bond, 37% on the top 10. And you can see here the first, second, third, and the fifth is Berkshire Hathaway. It represents 3.5% of the assets. They have 19,000 shares, blah, 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 and the rest. I encourage you, if you are seeing that, if you don't have Lab Advisor and you are in the mutual fund industry, I don't have any shares in Morningstar, I don't have any profits, I don't make any money out of that except to teach, but just go there and try it, because it is very, very important to know what you're selling, to know what you're doing, and to know your competitors too. So that is it. That was my third trick for bringing together Berkshire Hathaway, mine, Buffett-like, and Lab Advisor together. Hope it helps.